Hi and welcome back. We're off on our Easter road trip into Europe. Currently heading down the M6. We've just set off 30 minutes ago. Sat-nav's lying to me and saying we've got 4 hours to get to our first stop. So we're going to stop at the Drummond in Ashford. It's a place we stop at on a regular basis when we're going over to France. It's a nice pub. It's about 15 minutes away from the entrance to the tunnel. And they do really good food, so we've stayed there a few times. 4 hours. We're going to stop. We need to fuel up again on the way down, and then we're heading over to Euro Disney for 3 nights, so 2 days in the parks and 3 nights there. Then we've got a campsite midway to the south of France, so we're going to stop at a place called Montbarteau. I'll stick some details in of the campsite. And then from there down to a place called Vias Plage.
Speed camera ahead.
I'm going to try and keep a track of all of the costs of us of our run down here as well. So full tank as we left home, it's telling me I've got a range of 495 miles. I'll probably fuel up again in Ashford. There's a Tesco's there, and then I've got a full tank then. I normally then catch up. There's a garage, or fuel up, sorry, not catch up. I normally fuel up at a garage just outside Paris, and we've bought or paid for and installed one of the Bip and Go auto toll readers this time, so that Dawn's not going to hang out the window and take tickets and stuff. So we'll get a bill for that when we get home. I'm going to film all the way through the process of going through the tunnel for those of you that have not gone through, so we'll get everything on camera so that you have an idea of what you're doing and how the process works. We might even go into the shop and have a little look in there if we've got time. We're not on the tunnel until tomorrow. We'll see how much time we've got when we get down there. We've just come through the M6 toll road. I mean, it's always been expensive, but I've just checked. It was £17.30. I moan every time I come through and I still continue to use it, but £17.30 for the toll road. That's the same price as an Arctic. I'm in a van. Unbelievable. Bandits. I hate them. But I'll use it again on the way home. It's quicker. M40 near Oxford. 20 minutes of crawling traffic. Really not going to miss this. Can't wait to get out and onto a toll road. That's a nice multi-van. Quite like them. Okay. What do you think of them? Do you know, as a rule, I'm fairly chilled out, and I'm quite happy and relaxed because I'm going on holiday and I haven't got to go to work. But wow, the traffic on the motorways can just ruin part of your trip. Yeah, we've got to that boredom level now where Morgan's decided she's going to sing for us. Let's have it, Morgan.
Kinder Bueno, Double Dapper Caramac, Blue Dorito, Snickers in a multi-pack, Big Red Wotsits, Ben and Jerry's cookie dough, chocolate cheesecake, but I fancy lemon though. Which one? Wait. Yeah, choose your pick the flavours, don't forget the quavers. Do we need some milk? I want some Jammy Dodgers. Shall we go tomorrow? But I'm hungry now though. No, I think that's everything for now.
Yay!
Stay tuned for more songs. So that's some hours later. We're in Ashford. I've just stopped and fueled up again. I had half a tank, so I've used half a tank to get from.
Take the second exit to merge onto the M20.
Will do. Yeah, I've used half a tank from Manchester to Ashford. 50 quid, something like that. We're about 20 minutes away from the pub where we're staying. I've been trying out these new CPL filters as well on the camera. So there's a lady just pulled out in front of me, just oblivious. Yeah, I'm trying out these new CPL filters, which is supposed to reduce glare off the windscreen, and I'm gonna see what they're like. I obviously can't see them because I haven't tried them, but we'll see what they look like once we start editing these, and hopefully when I'm doing things like that, there should be no reflection and no glare from the
In 5.7
the windscreen.
miles, take exit 11 towards Canterbury and
At junction 11 for Canterbury and Hythe. If you're coming off here, we're 1 mile away from this junction to the Drummond, which is a really nice pub. I'm going to leave the camera running so you can see just exactly how far it is. We've stayed here quite a few times, so it's a nice little country pub. Got a campsite in the back garden. You can have a few drinks and some nice food. So first exit for Canterbury and Stamford North.
3/4 of a mile, turn left onto Stone Street.
I don't know if you could hear me sat nav there, but 3/4 of a mile up here, and it's on the left hand side. It's down a little country lane. You turn left, and then the pub's on the right hand side. It's nice and quiet as well. It's lovely down here. And I'd say when we come back out, we're about 15-minute drive to the tunnel. So it's a really easy access for tomorrow morning when we leave. I'm just approaching the junction now where we're going to turn for the pub. The sign there, Stamford North, on your left hand side. And then as we turn left here, the pub's on the right hand side. So there you go. Welcome to Stamford. And the pub's there on the right. Drummond. Oh, that's a great bit of parking, that is. Yeah, well done. I just love some people's parking. Into the car park and then go in and book in. I'll show you around the campsite shortly. So it's just set up over in the corner. Morning, day 2. We're heading into the Eurotunnel, so I'm going to film all the way through just in case anybody's not done this.
Use the right 2 lanes to keep right.
And is wondering which way to go. As my sat nav just said, right 2 lanes to keep right, which are for passenger, and everything else is for freight. So we drive down here, and then first stop is going to be, I think, if I remember rightly, it's an ANPR check. Oh no, that's the freight one, sorry. So yeah, just stick to the right two lanes until you get down to the first check-in.
In about 1 mile,
I'll film from there, otherwise you're going to be
Shuttle.
bored. Okay, so barriers ahead.
You've entered the car park for your destination.
This should work on an ANPR or just a QR code. So we're just going to scan the QR code at the barrier. It should have recognised me. So press to check in. I'm just reading what it says on the machine. So it wants the 8-digit reference booking number. Sorry, I've got my passenger doing this. This used to be ANPR, it used to be much easier.
The 824, get the early
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's just asked us if we want to get on the 824 instead of the 924, and there was no extra charge. So sometimes they do that. When you pull up, it will say to you, do you want to get on the earlier train? Occasionally there's a charge, so it might say, you know, it's an extra however much. But not this time. There's obviously space on the earlier train, which means that we can get through a bit quicker. We'll go in, because we want to go into the terminal and have a little bit of a look around. I'm just going to spin you around so you can see. So when we come through there, we bear left. That's the terminal over there. So the shops and cafes, and I think we're probably going to grab some breakfast in here as well. And I think everybody wants to go and look and see if there's any perfumes and aftershaves. So I'll show you around the terminal when we get in there. But yeah, just follow the lane down here. It's quite straightforward to follow. Lovely rumble strips. Because I'm in a camper, I'm probably going to get stopped because they'll want to know if I've got any gas on board. I have. We barely ever use our gas, but it's so ours will be switched off. Gone into the other traffic lane just in case there's a height barrier. Things change so often around here. There's a camper in front of me anyway, so we're just following him. Oh, okay, well, keep going, boys. Where are you going?
You're a camper, not a car,
Yeah,
mate.
we'll stay with the other traffic because there's more room. There's just more space here. Into a parking space, and then the terminal is right in front of you. I was going to film inside, but because we'd got offered an extra or an earlier train, we were in a bit of a rush to get through. So we're back out in the queue. We've just bought some perfume for the girls. We're back out over to the right, and then just follow the signs for border controls. Again, you can't get lost. It's really straightforward. Well, including the sign that says, "Goodbye, you are now crossing the border." I guess that means we are officially in France.
Yay!
Even though we're still in the UK. So, passport control. Don't think so. Don't think I can use that one. So let's get over to the one with the shortest queue. I know it's passports in the window. What normally happens is they want to see the kids in the back, so we just open one of the sliding windows so they can poke their heads out and check them against their passports. Okay, just pulling up to the window.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that was that, nice and straightforward through.
Morning, okay.
Just hold us at the minute, might want to look in the back of the van. Passport control was nice and quick.
They didn't even ask to see the kids.
Normally they ask the kids to poke their heads out the back window so they can see them. They didn't ask this time. yeah, normal checks. So just asked if we've got any gas on board. We have, as most of us have. Ours is turned off. Yours will be turned off when you get here.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Lane 1. Okay, so I am going over to lane 1. They're going to want to have a look. Let's go and see what they've got to say.
Everyone through there.
Oh, are they? Oh, okay. Yeah, lane 1.
Just like a security check.
Oh, it's a swab. So they'll swab the steering wheel and the inside of the door. Drugs and explosives, I guess. Just asked me to turn the engine off. I don't know if you can see, they're walking up and down and swabbing door handles and stuff. Morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Hi, all right?
Yeah, where are you heading?
France, Paris, yeah, Euro Disney, and then to a place called Vias in the south.
No weapons or firearms?
No.
Is your gas off?
Off, yeah. Okay, we're going through, so. Clearly I'm honest looking, no swabs. And we're through and out the way. Yeah, through to the next one. They'll check passports again. Yeah. So yeah, we're now stamped in and out. Thanks, Brexit.
Now I probably want to see the kids. Yep, open the door, Logan.
Hi.
I can see you.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Put your head out, Morgan.
Okay, you can put.
Hey.
Paris and then Bias. Nearly 2 weeks.
Just to Paris?
Sorry?
You're going just to Paris?
Euro Disney.
Bias as well. South Coast.
We're not actually going into Paris, we're going to Euro Disney.
Yeah. Merci.
Merci. Au revoir.
Logan practicing his French.
And that's us through. So when you come through, if you're in a camper and it's a high one, you're over to the left-hand side. There are height barriers on everything else, and then just follow it through for large vehicles. And don't try and go to the right, because that's for Flexi Plus if you've paid for that. We're going straight through. Follow this road all the way around. It'll take you up to the parking lanes where you'll be allocated a spot, and then I'll film us going onto the train. Into the lanes here, so we've just been directed into lane 16, and then we'll just sit here and wait until somebody comes along and tells us that we're all moving. There are some toilets here as well as you're waiting. Yeah, there are toilets on the left-hand side. And the announcements are telling us when the next train's leaving. Once we start moving again, I'll film again. Now, once you start moving from the lanes where you've been parked up, you're literally just following a line of traffic. down here, and then on your right hand side you'll be able to see all the trains.
Right.
So if you're worried about coming and doing this, don't. It's the easiest thing in the world. You're just following straight lines of traffic. It's well signposted. It's really simple to do. We'll film getting off as well. We're going to go to the Carrefour, massive supermarket, the Carrefour, if you've never been to one. And as you come off the train, it's right in the terminal. It's huge. So we're going to go to there. But yeah, down here, we're waiting in here, and then we're going to bear to our left and then filter onto the trains. I think they're just loading some. Yeah, they are. They're loading some trucks. I'll film as we go down the ramp. Okay, so we've just been waiting. We're moving down now. We'll go down the ramp here and then into the train, and then you just follow right up to the front until they tell you to stop, and they close each set of doors off with the dividing doors. Staff are here directing you as well, so you know where you're going to. There's loads of room to get in and out as well, so don't panic if you've got a bigger motorhome or anything like that. There's stacks of space. And you see these aluminium ridges up here in front of us. I'm just about to go through one now. They're the doors they close, so they section each carriage off. So you'll get so far up, and then the staff will start stopping people on one side or the other, and then they just close you in. I'm not sure how much further we'll get now. They've started closing carriages off in front of me, so yeah, looks like we'll get in a bit further. Yeah, so you see the doors are closing in front. So they close that one, we'll pull up to this one, and then they'll close the section behind us. They'll just direct you how far up they want you to move. There we go. And stop. And that's the loading process. There we go, 30 minutes later or thereabouts, 35 minutes, and we're at the other side. Why on earth anyone would get on the ferry is beyond me. Follow the vehicles in front off. Staff will divert or direct you again which way you're going, give you a wave because they're very friendly.
Proceed to the route. Proceed to the route. Proceed to the route. Yep. Turn right.
Up the top, so you can't go wrong. There are signs everywhere telling you which way you're going, so sortie and exit. Round here. Make sure you drive on the right side of the road though. Don't be going on the left. Join us next time as we head south to Euro Disney, find a parking space, spend a few days in the parks, and deal with a huge water leak in the van.